Hello students, a very good morning to all. Today we are going to start with a new lesson. Lesson number 6. Every drop counts. What we are going to see, children? We are going to see about every drop counts. What it means by each and every drop of water is very valuable, isn't it? So we are going to see in this lesson about water. Okay? Shall we start with the lesson, children? What is the first topic? Long ago. What is the first topic, children? Long ago. Okay, all of you take page number 51. Shall we start to read, children? Okay, what it is? This is a picture of Gan Caesar. What is the picture of name called? Gan Caesar. This is a picture name called Gan Caesar. See, what is meant by Sar? Sar means a lake. Sar means a lake. So it is a picture named lake. Okay. King Gatsy of Jaisalmer got it made 650 years ago with the help of the people. Okay, who made this? King Jaisalmer. So King Jaisalmer got it made over 650 years ago. It made, okay, with the help of the people. All around the lake there are gates with steps leading to the river. Okay, all around the lakes. These lakes is filled all around. There is a gates. What is meant by gates? It means by a flight of steps. Okay, it means by a flight of steps leading down to a river. Okay, it means that all around the lake there are flight of steps, which mean by the gates. Okay, gates and decorated verandas. There are so many big verandas, large halls, rooms and much more. Okay, in this lake, then this name of the name called Gan Caesar. In this lake, it was built before 650 years ago. The name of the king called Jaisalmer. Okay, this king was all around. This lake was all around, full of gates, verandas, large halls, rooms all over. Okay, children. People came here to celebrate festivals and for programs of music and dance. Why people came here, children? People came here. Why they came here? To celebrate festivals. Okay, they will celebrate festivals here and for programs of music, dance and all will did here. Okay, children came to study in the school on the gate. Children also came to study. To study also children will come to this river. Okay, the talent belonged to everyone. Everyone took care to keep it clean. Okay, what is meant by talent? This means by a pond is a small, usually man-made area of water. It belongs to everyone. It belongs to everyone, each and everyone. It should be take care of all of them and it should be clean. Okay, what I said you before, children, we was talking about Gan Caesar. Okay, which mean by a lake. A king named called Jaisalmer, who was built it before 650 years ago. Okay, the lake is full of all around gates, verandas, large halls, rooms and all. Okay, the people used it to celebrate festivals and also programming of music and dance. Some of the children came here to study also. This talent belongs to each and everyone. Okay, so all of them should take care of that. Okay, this is all about Gan Caesar river. Okay, rainwater collected in this lake spread over many miles. Okay, if rain comes, the rainwater, what it is collected over in this lake over many miles. It was made in such a way that when the lake was full, the extra water flowed into another lake at a lower level. Okay, it was made. How it was made, children? If the lake was full means, the extra water, what it means, the extra water is flowed down to the next river. Okay, when that too fill up with the extra water, it flowed into the next lake. This way, all the 9 lakes was filled up. Okay, do you all understand what I am saying here, little children? See, there are 9 lakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lakes. Okay. If this first lake is filled with full of water means it flows down to the next river. And the second river is also filled with full of water means it is flowed down to the next river. And the third river is also filled with full of water means it is flowed down to the next river. Like this way it is continuously flowed down into the 9 such rivers. There are totally 9 such rivers. If more rainwater filled up means it will flow down to the next river. Okay, children, this only they said here. This rainwater could be used 9 lakes is filled means this rainwater is used to the people throughout the year. Ganges is no more in use. See, this much of very big facilities having river is no more in use nowadays. Many new buildings and colonies have come in between those 9 lakes. It's very sad, isn't it? No children. The Ganges was a lake. It was built before 650 years ago, and the more people are used to celebrate the festivals, and they used to dance, music, and children used to play. It have many such capacities to fill up the rivers. 9 lakes it have. The rainwater is used throughout the year. We have many big advantages in this river. But what they are saying, children, the Ganges is no more use now because so many of buildings and colonies were built in this 9 lakes. Now the water does not get collected in these lakes. Rainwater is just flows away and is wasted. See how such big rivers is wasting nowadays. So water is very, very important. No, so this was a one small story they said about the Ganges star. Okay, shall we move to the next page, children? What is the next page? Page number 52. Through the eyes of Al-Biruni. More than 1,000 years ago, a traveler came to India. Okay, what they say, children? More than 1,000 years ago, a traveler came to India. Who is mean by traveler? Traveler is mean by traveling from one place to another place. You are called as traveler. His name was Al-Biruni. What is name, children? His name called Al-Biruni. The place that he came from is now called Uzbekistan. Al-Biruni carefully observed and noted down the details of all that he saw. He wrote especially about those things that he found very different from his own country. Here is a part of what he wrote about the pans of the time. He was carefully observed while he traveling to the other country. What he did, he was carefully observed and noted down all the things that he saw. What are the things that he saw, children? People are making very much skill in making the pond. Okay, people are very much skilled in making the pond. That only he noted it. Okay, who noted it? Al-Biruni. He was a traveler. He is used to travel from one place to another place. Okay, he is from called Uzbekistan. Okay, he came from Uzbekistan. Okay, the people here are very skilled at making ponds. What he observed and what he noticed, children, the people here were very much skilled in making ponds. Okay, what is meant by ponds, children? It is a usually man-made area of water. They pile up huge rocks. My countrymen would be surprised to see them. They pile up and huge rocks pile up, which means by lying one another. Okay, like one another. The rock will be laid down by one after another and join them with iron rods to build chabtaris, which means by raised platforms all around the lake. Between these, there are rows of long staircases going up and also going down. Okay, to go up also, to go down also. What they did, children? They developed staircases. Okay, the steps of going up and coming down are separate, so there is less crowding. To go up also there is a separate stairs, and to go down also there is a separate stairs, so there is less crowding. Today when we study history, we learn a lot about those days from the writings of Al-Biruni. This stamp came out in 1973, 1000 years after his birth. Children, this is a stamp of Al-Biruni. Okay, what we saw about him, children, he was a traveler. Okay, he was a traveler. He used to travel from one place to another place. Okay, he came from Uzbekistan. Okay, he was observed and surprised carefully to see that people are making ponds. People are making ponds. How are they making ponds? You know, they pile up huge rocks and they join them with the iron rods. Okay, platforms, and they also making staircases to go up and down to the ponds. That made him very surprised to see him. This was first found by Al-Biruni. Okay, children, this was a small important hint to know about how the people are making pond. Okay, children, and then to move to the next topic, draw by draw. Okay, what is the next topic, children? Draw by draw. Besides Jaisalmer, many places in Rajasthan get very little rainfall. Okay, Rajasthan itself, in the name of Rajasthan itself, we can clearly know that there is a less rainfall, isn't it? So, besides Jaisalmer, many places in Rajasthan gets very less little rainfall. Here it rains for only a few days in the entire year. Sometimes not even that much. See, sometimes it rains only for a few days. Sometimes it is not that also, children, very less rainfall. So if it rains less, where the people go for water, children? It is very tough, no? So that only they are saying here. We are going to discuss about that only, okay, children. The rivers here do not have water all around the year. The rivers are not water all around the year, and yet most of the villages in these areas did not have a shortage of water. People know that every drop of water was precious, so it is very less rainfall, no rain, river is also no water. So what the people do, so what the people will think, every drop of water is very precious, which means by very valuable. So what they did, children, lakes and johars were made to collect water. People know that every drop of water was precious. Lakes and johars were made to collect water. Water was everyone's need, isn't it? Water was, without water we can't live, isn't it right, children? Without water we can't survive in this world. So water is very precious and very valuable and very important to our everyday, day-to-day our life, isn't it? So they are collecting water. How they are collecting water? That only we are going to see now. Okay, one and all came together in this world. Be it a businessman or laborer. Some water from the lakes soaked into the ground and reached the wells and baths. The soil of this area also became wet and fertile. Water was everyone needs, isn't it? So they all came together for the work to make the lakes. It is soaked into the ground and reached the well also. Okay, the soil of this area also become wet and fertile. Every house had a system. See, this is the diagram that I showed you, that every diagram has a system to collect the rainwater. What they do, children? They collect the rainwater. They had a system like this. See, here is a roof, here is a pipeline. If rain comes from the roof, the water goes to this pipeline and the water is filled here. So what the lady is doing here? She is pumping the water by using the bucket. Okay, this only we are going to see here. Look at the picture on your right. How do you think the rainwater that falls on the roof will reach the underground tank? Draw the path. Okay, just draw the path, children. See how it reaches to the underground. So see, from the rainwater it reaches to this pipe to the underground. Like this way the water is collected. Okay, like this way the water is collected. See, how do you think the rainwater that falls on the roof will reach the underground tank? Draw the path. I draw the path, isn't it? Like this you have to draw the path in your book also. Okay, see, the water from the roof goes to the pipe. The water from the roof goes to the pipe. These pipe carry the water to the underground tank. Okay, these water carry these pipe carry the water to the underground tank. In this way only, all of the people in the Rajasthan is used to collect the water when rain comes. So if it is dry also, this water is very useful for them to survive. Okay, for them to survive. Have you ever seen a step well, children? Have you ever seen a step well, which is mean by a lake which have a step well surrounded? So like this, see, here it is a step well. So can you imagine by looking at the picture that the steps go down several stories deep. Instead of drawing the water up from the well, the people could go down the steps to reach the water. Okay, instead of drawing up water from the well, instead of taking the water from the well, the people used to collect the water by going this step well. The name is called step wells. Okay, children, and turn to the next page. We are going to see about the next topic is customs related to water. Okay, we are going to discuss about customs related to water. Shall we start, children? Even today, people get water from very old lakes. There are step wells and nalas. Even today, what they say children, even today also people used to get water from old lakes. The name of the lakes are Daras, step wells and nalas. Many customs and festivals are related to water. We are used to celebrate many festivals, isn't it? Related to water. At some places, whenever lakes get filled up with rainwater, the people gather around the lake to celebrate. In some places, what they do, children, if the rainwater is collected more in the lake, what they used to do? They used to celebrate the festivals. See the bride of Uttarakhand in this picture. After getting married, she has come to the new village. In cities, one can see an interesting form of this custom. The new bride was shaved, the tap in her home. Can you imagine life without water, children? See, here in this picture, what she is doing. Here in this picture, she was worshipping by using water, isn't it? So that only they are saying she is a newly married girl. What she is doing? Has come to new village. She is like worshipping the tap in her home. Okay. Do you have some special parks for water at your place also? In some more places you have here special parks also. Water is being filled up with this beautiful copper pot. See, in some places water is filled up with a beautiful pot. The shining yellow pot of brass is seen in the other picture. See, in the first picture, water is being filled with this beautiful copper pot. To fill up with the copper pot water, drinking is very good for our health, isn't it, children? If you use a copper pot in your home also, that also is very good for our health. That only they are saying here. The shining yellow pot of brass is seen in the other picture is also is very good for health. Many stone carvings are also made near the place of drinking water. Have you seen any beautiful carvings near the place of water, children? If you see, just discuss in your home, okay, children. And then next we are going to see about one thing over it, okay. In 1986, there was no rain in Jodhpur and the surrounding areas. People remember the old and forgotten step well. They cleaned the step well and more than 200 trucks of garbage was taken out of it. People of the area collected money. The thirsty town got water from the step well. After a few years, it dried well and again the step well was forgotten. What they said, children, in 1986, there was no rain in Jodhpur and the surrounding areas also. So, what they did, people remember the old and forgotten the step well, and what they did, they cleaned the step well and more than 200 trucks of garbage was taken out of it. So, people of the area collected money and thirsty town got water from the step well. After a few years, it rained well and again the step well was forgotten. See, think what they did, children. The step well was very much dry and it was full of garbage. What they did, children, they collected the money from the people and they cleaned it and they used. After using, what they did, again they left out the step well. So the people would not do like the children, isn't it? Yes, we should not waste the water and we should not throw out the garbage into the water also, because water is very precious. There are two old wells in the area where Punita lives. Her grandmother says that about 15-20 years ago, there was water in these wells. The wells could have dried up. Because water is pumped from under the ground with the help of electric motors. The lakes in which rainwater are used to collect are no longer there. The soil around trees and parks is now covered with cement. Okay, see, we are going to discuss about one small story, children. There are two old wells in the area where Punita lives. Her grandmother says that about 15-20 years ago, there was water in these wells. The wells could have dried up. What she is saying, what her grandmother saying to Punita, children, out 15 to 20 years ago, there was a well. Okay, the wells have dried up because the water is being pumped up from the ground, and with the help of electric motors, the lakes in which the rainwater is collected and are no longer there. The soil of trees and parks are full of covered with See how the wells is wasted because they constructed the buildings. So it is constructed the full of lakes. It is also wasted. Okay, children. And then we are going to see about one small activity. Okay, we are going to see about one small activity. What are the different ways in which people manage water today? We have many different ways, isn't it? So I am going to show you one activity type. In that it shows about how we are using the water nowadays. Okay, that only we are going to see now. Shall we start to see, children? Students, we are going to see an activity based on the different ways in which people manage water today. Okay, children, see the chart here. I have showed you the picture. A water tanker comes to our colony twice a day. We have to stand in a long queue to get water from the tanker. People at times have fights over water. This picture shows we fill water from the well. The nearby well dried up a year ago. Now we have to walk far to reach the other well. We are not allowed to take water from some of the wells because of our caste. This picture tells we get water at home for half an hour. We fill this in the tank to use all day. Sometimes it is dirty. This picture tells we get water from our taps all day long. This picture tells there is a hand pump nearby, but the water that we get from it is salty. We have to buy water for drinking. This picture tells we have put a pump directly in the pipeline. Now we don't have any problem. This picture tells we have put a motor to pump up the water from the bore well, but there is no electricity. So what do? We get water from the canal also. Okay, children, this is all about the different ways in which people manage water today. I showed you the picture. Okay, children, thank you. Next we are going to discuss about the topic that everyone has the right to live, isn't it? Everyone has the right to live. Yet is everybody getting enough water to live or even water to drink? Why is it that some people have to buy drinking water? Should it be like this? Water on this earth is for one and all. Some people draw out water from the ground by deep bore wells. How far is it correct? Have you ever seen this? Why do some people put a pump directly in the Jal Board pipeline? What problems would other people face due to this? Do you have any such experience? Okay, children, what they are saying? See, everyone has a right to live, isn't it? Everyone has a right to live. Everybody threw water to live, even to drink. Some people have to buy drinking water. See, some people nowadays what they are doing? They are buying water for drinking also. So, should it be like this? Water on this earth is everyone for, is it right? So, what problems would other people face to do this? Here, they have given one current bill, isn't it? So, look at this bill and tell, from which office has this bill come? The bill has come from Delhi Jal Board. Okay, children, the bill has come from Delhi Jal Board. Do we get a water bill at home? Find out from where it is sent. Yes, we get a water bill at home. The bill comes from the Department of Water Supply. Okay, the bill comes from the Department of Water Supply. Why do you think Delhi Sarkar is written under Delhi Jal Board? Delhi Jal Board is a part of the government of Delhi. This is why Delhi Sarkar is written under Delhi Jal Board. Okay, children, this is what about they saying that we are paying the bill for drinking water also. That is only the small concept they said here. Okay, children, there is nothing too important here. And today's assignment is, and there also one more topic, children, that can be done. That is also they said about, so many of the people form the group. For what they form the group, they are used to make the pond also. That only they said here. Okay, this is all about we talk here is every drop counts, which means by water is very valuable and precious things We should not waste that. Okay, that only we saw about this in this topic. We saw about one lake called Ganges, and we saw about the people how they used to collect the rainwater. In such way, it is very useful for them in the less rainfall region. Okay, and then we discuss about the peoples are used to use the water in the custom related also, and we saw on activities, isn't it? This is the end of your lesson, and today's assignment is you have to write fill in the blanks, true or false, observe the picture and question answers in your class. Okay children, thank you.